Now we have another story of some white supremacist college students decide to don blackface, and they said they was doing that in honor of Martin Luther King Day. Let's go ahead and roll the clip.
4 women in front of an OSU banner, 2 with their faces painted black. The caption reads, "Celebrating our first MLK Day off of school." The women are all smiles, but some of their fellow classmates are anything but.
So you're not really celebrating anything. You're not doing anything to get a positive response. You're doing it basically for a negative response.
Tori Eden says she was appalled an Oklahoma State student was behind the picture.
We're supposed to be a school of diversity and stuff, and basically we're all supposed to be one. We're all supposed to be cowboys, and you're doing something that divides the cowboys, and it's just why?
A question other students are also asking. Some feel there are multiple answers.
I think it's just inflammatory to get people's attention. I don't think it's just pure racism. I think it's just trying to get a reaction out of people.
Other students, like Zeke Jackson,
I'm black and I'm white and I'm part Native American,
don't see a problem.
they're not doing anything offensive. I don't really mind it.
The post was online for a little more than a day. OSU officials taking action this afternoon saying, "We have identified the students in the post. It was not appropriate. We've contacted them and asked them to take down the post. We will meet with the students to talk about the ramifications and take disciplinary actions if necessary." OSU officials have not said for certain if the students will face any punishment, but Tori Edens says whatever the outcome, the damage has already been done.
You know it's negative. You know that people are going to get upset about it.
We keep seeing this blackface show up, and I remember the last time we done a video like this, it was about 2 white female college students doing the exact same thing. And I've been getting a few comments that say, why do I call them white supremacists? Well, are they doing anything that's outside of something that a white supremacist would do? Blackface? You know better than that. You know what kind of reaction you're going to get off of that. You know how it's going to make people upset. If you know what you're doing is something that's along the lines of a white supremacist, why are you doing it? That's the only thing I'm saying. Obviously, you want to be looked at in that manner. You want to identify with those people. So most people that look at you, they're going to say, oh, this is a white supremacist female, period. And we have to make sure to make the separation of a white supremacist and a white person, because white people who aren't white supremacists don't do these sort of things. They're not putting black paint on their face and going to Snapchat or going to Instagram or whatever and putting these pictures out. White people who aren't white supremacists aren't calling black people N-words or any other names that they feel that is derogatory based on racial lines. So yes, I am going to call you a white supremacist when I see this. I'm not going to call you a white person. I make sure to separate the two, because we have to be fair on that. Just like I wouldn't label all black people a certain way, or all Hispanics a certain way, or all Asians or whatever else, just because a few are doing a certain thing. But these females, and what I don't understand about this white supremacist mentality, is that you will risk your job, you will risk your college career, you'll risk your reputation, you'll risk it all just to do these things. Me personally, as I stated before in many videos, if you don't like black people, fine. I'm good with that. Just keep that to yourself, keep it at your house or whatever. But if you get into the point that you don't like black people, that you have to go to social media and do something like this, or writing comments on Facebook, and you're losing your job, you're losing your scholarships, you're losing whatever, then you have a problem, because your hate is causing you not to eat. I'm sorry, no hate of no group of people is worth me losing my income to feed my family. You're not worth it like that, especially if you hate somebody. You don't want to sit there and lose your job behind them. I don't get that. Or lose your scholarship or get kicked out of college. Why would you do that? But as I stated before, and I kept saying this, white supremacy is more important than food. It is. You're not worried about eating. You're not worried about your bills. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to make sure to put out some hatred, and you suffer the consequences. And I know some of them who's doing this have seen hundreds and hundreds of videos of people getting caught up, and they still go do it. So obviously something is wrong here. Something is wrong, because that is not normal behavior for anybody. to do something that you constantly seeing somebody getting in trouble for, yeah, you go do it. But there's just more evidence to show people in this nation and show people all over the world that what we have to deal with within the black community, that we're not bothering nobody, but yet someone is always bothering us or ridiculing us as well. And you wonder why we get upset and get bothered about things at times, because what we have been through could have a psychological effects on anybody who's dealing with this constantly. And that's why at times we have a chip on our shoulder, we upset, or we express ourselves in a certain way, because it gets tiresome to see things like this over and over and over and over and over. Like, we the only people in the world you want to mess with? There's nobody else you talk to or want to target? No, it's just black people. And this is what we have to deal with. So when you see black people saying certain things or being very angry or kind of just then had enough, they sick and tired of being sick and tired, pictures like what you've seen in this video and comments and all the things that have been happening to us over history, usually it gets tiresome and the stick break the camel's back. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this. Share the video, like the commentary, and subscribe for more news stories.